Everyone, welcome back to Stuff with Rick, my channel. I am trying to do something a little bit different. I've been wanting to do this, and it has to do with Chat GPT, and it's make your own scary movie universe. I've done it a few different times with other things, but I'm gonna do something different this time. So let me walk you through it and I'll give you the idea. But we'll jump over here to the Chat GPT screen. Okay, so we always have movies come out. There've been a lot of movies, like superhero movies, that have done the cinematic universe. So I had an idea to use this just as brainstorming, kind of show you my process and how I work through things. I don't ever use like Chat GPT to do all of the work for me. It's just kind of like a brainstorming tool to inspire me and get me going with ideas. So I thought it'd be fun to take you through this and we can do some cool stuff. But we always have, a Marvel movie cinematic universe. They have heroes that they introduce and they connect it with the Avengers movies, and that's the big movie that everything crosses over. But, there's some movies that have done this way back. Some of the first movies were the Universal monster movies. You had Wolfman, you had Dracula, and, the Mummy, and all these characters that they had, their classics. And then they eventually brought them all together also. Just kind of like the Avengers. So it's kind of like the prototype. They did it first before anybody else. So I thought we'd come up with our own scary movie universe and we can see how that's going to work. Let's use Chat GPT, and you're just going to be hanging out with me basically and following through as I kind of brainstorm some stuff. I don't know if I'm actually going to use it ever, and probably not because it's going to be on here for you to see. But I'll kind of just give you my ideas and my process. Okay, so let's just start by talking to it. Let me see what I'm gonna do. Okay, I want to create my own cinematic universe, inspired by the Universal monster films, but with a modern take. With iconic villains that are inspired by modern horror film. These films had characters like Michael Myers in the Halloween films, Freddy Krueger, I think that's how you spell it, like in the Nightmare on Elm Street films, etc. I want to make 5 films that will all cross over in a 6th film. Okay, let's see what it comes up with here. This is just a start because it's just like a conversation, and we'll go through that and we can change things and edit things and see what it's what it's going to come up with. So this is a perfect idea, and honestly, you're thinking exactly like how the original Universal monster films and even the Marvel Cinematic Universe were built. Individual icons first, crossover event later. Let's build your modern horror cinematic universe step by step. Your cinematic universe concept, think of this as modern horror icons universe, a dark, grounded version of classic monsters. Tone, inspiration, Halloween, pure evil, Nightmare on Elm Street, supernatural rules, The Conjuring, connected lore, it, entity-driven mythology. Core strategy, important. Instead of copying characters like Michael Myers or Freddy, you create new icons that represent fear of isolation, fear of sleep, fear of technology, fear of death, fear of the unknown. Each villain should feel simple to describe, visually iconic, myth-like. 5 films. Watcher. Okay, so this went ahead and just gave us 5 films. So I mean that's cool. I like doing that, but I kind of want to steer it a little bit more too. So we'll see how it goes. Let me go up. I'll just read them just for reading its sake. The Watcher. Silent entity that appears only when you're alone and gets closer every time you notice it. Never attacks directly, only moves when unseen. Drives victims insane. You're Michael Myers type of icon. Okay, that's cool. Unstoppable presence. Dream Eater, a being that exists in dreams, and if it kills you there, you die in real life. Feed on fear, can manipulate reality in dreams. Victims stop sleeping and go insane. You're Freddy Krueger equivalent. Static. A signal hijacks screens. Anyone who watches becomes infected. Appears through TVs, phones, radios. Can rewrite perception. Spreads like a virus. Modern fear, media, and technology. Also fits perfect with your Hellwave broadcast idea. Okay, that's another idea that I've had like in the past. So I need to clarify probably that this is not connected to anything I've made before. The Hollow Man. Being that steals people's identities, leaving behind empty shells. Can replace anyone, victim slowly. Becomes hollow, no one knows who's real. Psychological paranoia horror. The Harvester. Ancient rural entity tied to sacrifice and cycles of death. Turns every certain number of years, requires offerings, controls nature, your ancient evil like a modern Dracula mummy equivalent. Okay. The connection, very important. To make this real cinematic universe, you need a shared thread. Black Archive, the Signal. Okay. Let's see. The crossover, Night of the Fallen. So their crossover movie, they're going to call that. Entities begin appearing at once. Survivors from each movie team up. The world begins collapsing into chaos. Truth is revealed. They are all pieces of one entity. Final twist. Defeating one makes the other stronger. The universe might not survive. Structure. How to build this right. Okay, so we're going to skip this for now. And we're going to go back. And let's just slowly come up with these movies. Let's talk to it. These are all great ideas. However, I would like to build these one by one, and I would like to steer it in a direction I can choose. Let's go back to the first film and build this step by step. This will also be unrelated to anything that I have come up with in the past. I would like the first film to have an iconic villain. Please help me brainstorm 5 to 6 villains that I can choose from. Make them small town supernatural inspired. Okay, let's see what it comes up with here. Absolutely. For first film in a new horror universe, the villain should feel like simple to describe, visually memorable, tied to local folklore, capable of carrying a whole movie, strong enough to become a recurring horror icon. Since you want a small town supernatural, I'd aim for villains that feel like they could come from whispered stories, old church records, abandoned roads, dried up fields, or something the whole town refuses to talk about. Okay, that's pretty cool. Here are 6 villain concepts you can choose from. Okay, here's what it has for us. It has the Lantern Man. I don't know about that. The Bell Witcher. Okay, this is more like the Bell Witch. I don't know. A Hollow Preacher. Not a fan of making like church villains and stuff like that. The Crooked Boy. That sounds kind of crazy. Let's see. The Harvest Bride. Maybe. The Smiling Man of Mercer Road. Okay, it's very specific. A quick read on the strongest options. Okay, instead of going through read all those, I'll just skip ahead a little bit. I may come back if one sticks out. Let's see what it says here. A quick read on the strongest options. If you want the villain to feel like a classic franchise icon, I think the strongest 3 are the Lantern Man. Best if you want atmospheric rural horror and a visual symbol people instantly remember. Hollow Preacher. Best if you want a villain with mythology, dialogue, and larger thematic presence. Smiling Man of Mercer Road. That's if you want something simple, modern, disturbing, and highly marketable. Okay. If you want something more tragic and gothic, The Harvest Bride is very strong too. My personal top pick for a first film villain is the Lantern Man, because he feels like he could sit right beside classic monster icons while still being original. If you want, the next step can be narrowing these into your top 3, and I can help you build each of those into your origin rules, visual design, signature, kills, scares, and what kind of movie each one creates. Okay, so see, you can do this and you can go in depth more and more further down the rabbit hole and create something. We'll just keep it light today. I'm gonna try to get all these done and just give you kind of a rundown of like how Chat GPT can help you just brainstorm. I think I'm gonna settle on one here. We'll say the Smiling Man of Mercer Road. Let me see what this is. A man with a huge unnatural smile appears walking the same road every night. Noticing him, he begins appearing closer and closer to your home. While he works, simple, terrifying concept, very easy for people to repeat and remember. Feels like a modern campfire legend. Look, ordinary, small town clothes, maybe old-fashioned, but not too much. Face stretched into a smile that is too wide to be human. Calm, patient body language, sometimes seen standing under streetlights or at the edge of yards. Supernatural hook. He does not chase at first. He escalates first the road, then the porch, then the hallway. He seems to feed on recognition. Town legend angle. Everyone knows not to drive Mercer Road after dark. Nobody agrees on who he originally was. Stalking horror, paranormal, slow escalation, why he could become iconic. He has the simplicity of a true urban legend. Sometimes the cleanest concept is the strongest. Okay, we're sold. Let's do that one. We'll say the first movie's called The Smiling Man of Mercer Road. Let me go this. Okay, so the first film will be called Smiling Man of Mercer Road. Please. Okay, and now just for inspiration, visuals, we're gonna say, give me a movie poster. Please generate an image for the movie poster featuring the smiling man. Let's make it a modern poster. Please generate an image for the modern movie poster featuring the smiling man. Okay. Aim. Okay. There's the first image and that looks scary. He looks like the Joker though. Does he look like the Joker? Let me see. Can't really zoom in. He sees you smile. Okay, let's move on. Okay, here's the first image, and it is Smiling Man of Mercer Road. He sees you smile. Looks pretty good. Kind of looks like the Joker, but this is just concepts, so we'll keep going. Okay, this is great. We have the first movie decided. So you can go through and have it give you an outline of the film too. You don't have to just do that all on your own, but you can also adjust the outline, and then finally if you wanted to carry this all the way, write your own script and stuff, and it can help you with writing too, as long as you inject some of you in there, so that way it's not all Chat GPT just giving it all for you. Okay, so this is great. We have the first movie decided. Now let's move to the second film. Please give me kind of ghost film or something like that. Please give me 3 ideas for a ghost film featuring a secluded American castle, even though we don't really have castles. Let's do American mansion. Okay. Perfect. This is exactly how you build a strong universe, one iconic villain at a time. Now, for the film number 2, we want something that contrasts the smiling man, feels more contained and atmospheric, leans into classic haunted house energy but with a modern twist. Let's build 3 strong ghost-centered concepts set in a secluded American mansion. The Widow of Blackthorn House. That sounds cool. A reclusive widow died decades ago in a massive countryside estate, but she never left. Now, anyone who enters the house becomes part of her family. Alright, that's kind of cool premise. House that remembers. Secluded mansion doesn't just have ghosts, it replays its past, trapping the people inside overlapping timelines. Okay? Caretaker's daughter. Family moves into a remote mansion where caretaker once lived nearby. His daughter died under mysterious circumstances and she's still there. Okay, that's pretty creepy. Let's see. Ghost for the first one. The Widow of Blackthorn House. Always seen in reflective or windows first. Always seen in reflections or windows first. Appears as a grieving woman in black. Face partially hidden or distorted. Moves slowly, but is always closer than expected. Okay, let's say that's the next movie. We'll just do that. The Widow of Blackthorn House. And then once again, just copy my prompt from here. We'll have it give us modern poster. It did it twice. And of course, you know, if you're doing this, you can spend more time on the outline and story. It's all going to fit together, make it look really good. So we got the smiling man in the first one. The next film is going to feature the widow from Blackthorn House. We'll go from here. I think the next, I just want to do something that's kind of like one of those old classic monster films. So I want to have a villain that is probably a werewolf. We'll just go with the werewolf. It won't be the wolf man, but it'll be the werewolf. Okay, so there is the Widow of Blackthorn House, and that's a cool little scary image. So we got 2 images already for our movie universe, which we can save those and I'll use them for some other stuff later. Maybe I'll put them up in like a little Marvel inspired release schedule for you at the end. Okay, let's see. Great, 2 movies down. Now let's do a third one featuring a werewolf. I would like this one to be different from previous werewolf or wolf films, such as The Wolf Man or any other recent horror film. Please give me 3 concepts that I could choose from. Alright. Perfect. This is where your universe really starts to feel unique. For your werewolf film, the key is don't just make it a man turns into wolf, make it a myth, a rule system, or a condition we haven't seen before. Cool. We want something that feels like it could stand beside icons like the Wolfman, but still be completely original. The Skinbound. Well, that looks pretty cool. Werewolf isn't transforming, the wolf is the real creature. The human form is just a skin it wears. The person we follow may not be human at all, and it has its own set of rules. Let's look at this one, Moonless. Creature doesn't come out during the full moon. It comes when there is no moon at all. Okay. Darker the night, the stronger it becomes. Got some cool little concept art stuff there. The Pack of Hollow Creek. Okay, so you got more wolves than just one. It's not one werewolf, it's an entire town. Okay, the townspeople are all part of a hidden pack, and outsiders are prey. So it's kind of like the Howling a little bit, so it ain't completely new. But let's just say for sake of time, we'll pick one. So it says right now your lineup is the Smiling Man of Mercer Road, Stalking Entity, Widow of Blackthorn House, a Haunted Mansion Ghost. You might want film 3 to feel more physical and brutal. That's why the Skinbound fits really well. It adds raw, disturbing horror to your lineup. So the Skinbound sounds good. Let's do that. I want to give the Skinbound a title though. I don't know if I like the Skinbound. Let's see real quick. Rules. Creature can remove or shed its human skin. The longer it wears a person, the more it learns to act human. It must replace bodies to survive. That's pretty scary. Identity horror. Who is real? Body horror. Skin tearing. Wrong movements. Paranoia. Anyone could be it. Why it's different. Completely flips the werewolf concept. Monster is always the monster. No sympathy required. Okay, so with some supernatural means, it's putting on other people's skin and it's hiding its werewolf form. So that's kind of weird. I don't know how it would really work, but let's just say we'll go with it. I'll keep the Skinbound name for now. Okay. Oh, let me steal the prompt again. Here we go. I don't know why I say okay all the time. Okay, so the first film up. So the next film will be called Skinbound. Please generate an image for the modern movie poster featuring the werewolf in Skinbound. Please give it a unique look that matches the story. Okay, we'll see what it comes up with. Skinbound terror emerges, it says. Okay, dang, that's pretty good. It wears your skin. Okay, simple tagline. The Skinbound. All right, cool. So there's 3 movies. Save that one. All right. Cool. Okay, let's just do 2 more, and then we'll do a film that ties all of them together, and we'll see what kind of thing Chat GPT could give us where they're tied all together. We'll go from there. Go back down. Okay. Well, I'll just put that. That's great. We have 3 films. I want to make a slasher film now. Please give me 3 concepts that I could choose from. I would like the story to follow a steal from Jeepers Creepers. I would like the story to, well, kind of. I would like the story to follow family traveling for vacation and getting chased by some kind of slasher villain. Okay, see what it has here. Perfect, it's a great move. Right now your lineup is the Smiling Man of Mercer Road, the Widow of Blackthorn House, the Skinbound. What you're missing is grounded human or near human terror. That's exactly what a slasher gives you. And since you want family on vacation plus being hunted, we'll build concepts that feel tense, contained, relentless, iconic. Slasher concepts, the last exit family. Okay. Family takes a wrong exit on a long highway trip and enters a stretch of road that doesn't exist on maps. Slasher wears a cracked highway patrol or mechanic style mask, carries tools instead of traditional weapons, moves slowly but always appears ahead of them. The twist, there's no way back to the highway, every road loops deeper into its territory. Okay, I kind of like that. I kind of don't like that. Let's see what else. Vacation house. Family rents a secluded vacation home, but the house was never meant for guests. Whereas a simple unsettling mask could be handmade or wooden, knows every inch of the house, never rushes, just appears. The twist, the house is part of the trap. Hidden doors, crawl spaces, passages. Okay, cool. It's kind of good. The hitchhiker's son. That sounds kind of cool. A family picks up a hitchhiker and later learns his father was a killer who used that same road. Now something is following them. Could be the father or something worse. Years on the road, behind the car, in reflections, carries remnants of past victims. The hitchhiker may have brought the curse with him or may not even be alive. The more they try to escape, the closer the killer gets. He cannot be outrun, only delayed. He appears where he shouldn't be possible. Blends slasher, supernatural fits. Okay, cool. I actually like that one. It says it recommends The Last Exit Family, but I'm gonna go ahead and go with The Hitchhiker's Son. So yeah, we'll do that. Let's take our prompt again for the poster. Maybe in a later video, I'll kind of flesh these out a little more. And if this was, something that we would pursue, we can come up with a story for each one and flesh it out, give it an outline, maybe get a sample script and try to write one. But you can do all that. This is just like a tool to help you kind of brainstorm and figure out your own universe that you want to, make. Okay, so the next film will be called The Hitchhiker's Son. Please generate an image for the modern movie poster featuring. Let's change this up. Featuring the slasher villain in a. Let's see. We wanted to wear a mask. Yes, in a paper mache mask. I didn't get it. I don't know what I mean. Please give it a unique look that matches the story. Okay, awesome. I'll do that. Okay, cool. Never pick him up. The Hitchhiker's Son. Okay, it kind of makes it look like the hitchhiker's son is the villain. But, we could always twist that in the real movie. It doesn't have to be that. Cool. All right, so we got 4 movies down. We need one more. Let's see what we can come up with. I want to do something that is just different from the other ones we've done. Let's look right here. It says, got a mythic stalker film, ghost tragedy, creature, horror, slasher, survival, and then we can do I guess I want to do some ancient kind of film with an ancient villain. Okay, so we have 4 films down. This time I want to make a film with an ancient horror villain reminiscent of the Mummy film, of the Mummy classic film, but a different villain. It will have to be something that could take place in America. So I kind of want all these to be tied together, but in modern times. Please give me 3 concepts so I can choose one. Okay, see what we got. Perfect. This is a critical piece of your universe. Right now you've built Stalker, Smiling Man, Ghost, the Widow, Preacher, Skinbound, Slasher, Hitchhiker's Son. Okay, what you're missing is ancient evil, mythological horror. Something that feels like it could stand beside the mummy but is uniquely American and modern. We want deep history, a buried past, something that should have stayed sealed. Okay, cool, I like it. Ancient American horror, the Red Earth King. Okay, that sounds pretty crazy. Construction project disturbs an ancient burial mound and awakens something buried beneath the land itself. Towering humanoid figure made of red clay, roots, and bone. Eyes glow like embers, body constantly shifting, the earth is alive. Twist, this is not a ghost. It is the land remembering what was done to it. Okay, that's cool. Cannot be killed, only buried again, grows stronger the more that land is disturbed, controls dirt, roots, and even bodies buried underground. Fear style, ancient curse, environmental horror, unstoppable force. Why it works feels ancient, powerful, and uniquely tied to American land, visually very iconic. Okay, Sunken Saint, that is terrifying. What is that? Okay. A long forgotten town was flooded decades ago to create a reservoir. Something beneath the water was never meant to be drowned. The villain, a decayed, waterlogged priest-like figure, skin pale and cracked, constantly dripping, eyes glow faintly beneath the water. The town didn't just flood, it was sacrificed to contain something. Okay, so that's pretty creepy, that's cool. The Bone Collector of Dust Valley. In a remote desert town, bones have begun disappearing from graves and something is rebuilding itself. Skeletal entity made of mismatched bones wears pieces of clothing from different eras. Bones shift, rearrange, and grow. The twist, it is not one being. It is made from everyone who has ever died there. Okay, so that's a unique concept. That's pretty cool. It says, my recommendation, for your universe, the strongest picks are the Red Earth King, most epic, most unique, feels like a true ancient force, or the Bone Collector of Dust Valley. Creepy and memorable, very strong visual identity. Let's go with, I guess, Red Earth King, because I kind of like that. That's a pretty good just concept and idea. Let's go ahead and get the poster for that. And then we'll just have it come up with our Avengers type crossover film, and then we'll be done. Thanks for hanging out. I don't know if this video is going to do well, but it's cool. It's just something I wanted to do that's fun. I'm going to try to do a little bit more videos that are just different and have to do with just creating and making stories. It's kind of what I like to do in my free time. I got like some other things that I've made, and I'll probably make some videos that talk about that a little bit later. But I'm still gonna, be playing games and reading comics also. Okay, so the last film will be called The Red Earth King. Please generate an image for the modern movie poster featuring the Red Earth King. Please give it a unique look that matches the story. Okay, we'll go with that. Almost done. Eventually I'm gonna get a new camera too, try to work some details out for that. This one kind of colors might be off a little bit. Red Earth King rises, it says. Okay, it does this sometimes where it'll give you a choice between two different models. So we'll see what happens. We can pick which one's better. Okay, dang, these look pretty cool. The land remembers, and now it has risen. The Red Earth King. Okay, I like this one. That's good, but because it won't match the other ones, I want to keep it all consistent like that with the same aspect ratio stuff. I mean, we could always edit it and change it too, but we'll probably pick this one over here. Some things should stay buried. Technically image one is better. I like that one, but I'm gonna go with this one just to keep it consistent. Even put the IMAX and stuff on the other one, so that's pretty cool. Okay, Red Earth King. Something should stay buried. Awesome. Okay, we'll save that. Okay, last film. This is the crossover event. Let me go ahead and see what it can give us. Okay, this is perfect. Now that we have all 5 films, let's make a 6th film where all of these new villains will cross over. I know it will be a challenge, but please give me an outline and title for the 6th crossover film. Okay, let's see what it has. Okay, this is perfect. Now that we have all 5 films, let's make a 6th film where all these new villains will cross over. I know it will be a challenge, but please give me an outline and title for the 6th crossover film. Now, this is where everything you've built pays off. You've done this the right way. Each villain is distinct, iconic, and tied to a different type of fear. Now we bring them together in a way that feels earned, not forced. Film 6, the crossover, is called The Night of Hollow Earth. Alright. Alternate titles if you want, options later. The Convergence. Okay, so one thing, when you're using Chat GPT and you're trying to get it to generate stuff, some of these, if you use it long enough, you'll see it has patterns. And it starts using different things when it's making story concepts. One of them is a convergence. Like I've done a few different other kind of movie mock-ups, and give me a script or give me an outline or something for a script, and it uses convergence a lot in its titles. So The Broken Veil, When They All Come, but this one fits your tone best. The Night of Hollow Earth. So that's just one more reason though why you need to kind of just use these as a guide, and then you can insert whatever you want and change it up however you want, because it's your film. And this is just your tool that you're using to come up with these. So don't always just copy stuff like straight from it. Change it up a little bit and then add your own flavor to it. Okay, so core idea for this film: all 5 entities are not random. They are manifestations of something deeper, something ancient, something breaking through. The barrier between realities is collapsing, and each villain is a different expression of the same underlying force. The hook: across the country, strange events begin happening at the same time. People report a smiling man on roads that shouldn't exist. Entire homes vanish or reappear in the Blackthorn house. Bodies are found missing their skin. Families disappear along highways. The ground begins to crack open in rural areas. These are not isolated anymore. Okay, so let's see what the film is actually going to be about. It's not that long, so check it out. Let's go. Structure, act, breakdown. Act 1, the signs. We follow multiple survivors from previous films. A survivor of Mercer Road, someone who escaped Blackthorn House, witness tied to the Skinbound, family member from the Hitchhiker's Son, researchers studying the Red Earth King. They're all drawn to the same conclusion. Something is pulling these events together. They uncover references to Hollow Earth cycle, an ancient pattern where the land opens, entities rise, reality weakens. This has happened before, but was buried. Act 2. Okay, so that's the first act. They're just discovering what's happening, and there's the signs. Act 2, the collapse. Now the world starts breaking. Each villain escalates. The Smiling Man appears in populated areas now. People begin seeing him inside their homes. The Widow, Blackthorn House, begins appearing in different locations. Entire neighborhoods are absorbed into it. Skinbound, multiple people are discovered not to be human. Paranoia spreads. No one knows who is real. Hitchhiker's Son. Highways become death traps, entire roads loop and trap travelers. The Red Earth King. The ground cracks open across regions, the land itself becomes hostile. Okay, key realization: these are not separate attacks, they're layers of the same event. Okay, Act 3, the truth. Is there 3 acts? Okay, 4 acts. Act 3, the truth. The group discovers the truth. All 5 entities are fragments of something called the Hollow One. What is the Hollow One? Not a creature, more like a force of absence. Exits where reality is weakest. It doesn't kill, it erases, replaces, consumes, and reshapes. Each villain represents part of it. Smiling Man, observation and presence. Widow, grief and memory. Skinbound, identity. Hitchhiker's son, fate, inevitability. And Red Earth King, the land and the origin. Okay, final act, the convergence. All events lead to one location, a massive rupture in the earth, linked to the Red Earth King. The climax, the widow's house manifests at the site, Smiling Man appears among the group, Skinbound infiltrates them, the Hitchhiker's son traps escape routes, the Red Earth King rises fully, and reality collapses into one place. The choice, they realize you cannot destroy these entities individually. You must seal the breach. The final move, they use knowledge from all encounters, sacrifice something major, could be a character or entire area, and force the entities back into the rupture. So this is just giving you like vague guidelines, and then you can kind of fill out the details or change the details if you want to. So the ending, very important. Option A, so it's giving you two options. The breach is sealed. This is dark ending, it's a recommended one. The breach is sealed, but one survivor sees a Smiling Man again. A crack forms in the ground, and it's not over. So it's one of those kind of where the end of the movie kind of just leads, oh, there could be another one. Option B is a twist ending. The breach wasn't closed, it was moved, and now it's somewhere else, possibly closer than we think. Okay, so both of them, it leaves an open ending for another one. It's not the greatest movie in the world. It's definitely gonna need, somebody's touch to make it good and kind of connect it all, because that's kind of a lot. But we did have a lot of concepts, a lot of movies that were way out there, so I had to do something crazy to bring them together. So themes, what makes us feel real. The past doesn't stay buried. Fear takes different forms, but comes from the same place. Reality is thinner than we think. Some things don't want to be understood. Why this works, each villain keeps their identity. No one feels wasted. They don't fight each other. They overlap. It feels mythic, not cheesy. Leaves room for sequels or expansion. What you just built. Okay, so what we've just built, you now have 5 standalone horror films, 5 iconic villains, 1 crossover event, shared mythology, and this is literally how major cinematic universes are built. Okay, then it gives you next steps. We ain't gonna do these, but it says we can now design the Hollow One visually. This is huge. Create a phase 1, release slate graphic, build film 1 full story, Smiling Man scene by scene, or design logos, symbols that connect all films. Okay, we're gonna give it a poster first, and then maybe we'll do this, create a phase 1 release slate graphic. We'll do that. But let's just do this poster first. Here we go. What was it called? The Night of Hollow Earth. Okay. Okay, so the connected film will be called Night of Hollow Earth. Please generate an image for the modern movie poster. And please give it a unique look that matches the story. Okay, here you go. Last poster. We're almost done. Thanks for hanging out. It went longer than I thought it would, but at least it's fun. I've been thinking about this for a while. I've used this to make kind of mock up like movies and make my own scary movie universe. So I thought it would be a good idea just to create some villains and then try it. These villains definitely aren't as iconic as the classic Universal monster movies, but at least it's fun. Okay, here we go. The Night of Hollow Earth. Oh man, gave us 2 images again. Okay. Dang, that's creepy. Smiling Man looks different now. And he looks different over there. Okay, so it's asking us which one's better. Once again, I think this other one looks a little bit better, but it also has all the movies at the bottom. That's kind of cool. But I'm gonna go with this one because it matches our other one. And some of these characters look a little closer. There's a Smiling Man, the Widow. Who is this thing? We didn't have. Did I already forget? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 characters. I guess it's supposed to be like the werewolf, but they made it like a mummy creature. Let's go with this one. We'll pick this one better. Yeah, we'll do that. Go ahead and save it. I do like this one. It has the aspect ratio though. It has the road in there. And this kind of looks like a werewolf skin feature. We'll say image 2. Okay. Cool. We got that. Night of Hollow Earth. There it is. And I'll bring it up bigger on the screen for you to see at the end to all the different movies. So let's go ahead and do this. We'll say create a phase 1 release slate graphic, just like we were a studio and we were at Comic-Con or somewhere. And we were going to release this for everybody to see. Great. Now, please. Phase 1 release slate graphic featuring all 6 films. Okay, let's see what it comes up with here. I didn't even check my sound on this. Hopefully my sound sounds good. I need to get a new microphone also. Okay, here we go. Phase 1 release slate. Let's see what this looks like. Man, it keeps giving us those 2 images. Here you go again. Don't like choices, I guess. Okay, here we go. Nice, that looks good. Let's see this first one. Embervale Pictures? Okay, it gave us a name. We're Embervale Pictures. Phase 1 release slate. The Mercer Road, 2025. The Smiling Man's Villain, the Supernatural Stalker. The Black Thorn House, 2026. The Widow, Haunting. This came out last year, I guess. And then The Skinbound, 2027. Werewolf Horror. Hitchhiker's Son, 2028. Slasher. The Red Earth King, 2029. The Red Earth King, okay, Ancient Horror. And The Night of Hollow Earth. Night of Hollow Earth, the crossover event, 2030. So we got our whole movie planned out, whole movie plan until 2030. That's pretty crazy. Let's look at this other poster real quick. I do like that that one featured all our film posters. Let's see if this one does that too. It looks like it does. Smiling Man. Okay, it has all of these coming out every few months. That's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and save this one. One Universe, 6 Nightmares, The Curse Begins. All films connected. Standalone stories. Culminating in the ultimate battle. Awesome. Okay, Smiling Man, The Widow, Skinbound, Hitchhiker's Son, Red Earth King, Night of Hollow Earth. Great. And this one's called the Shadow Realm Saga. So that's cool. I like that a little bit better. Phase 1 release slate. And yeah, so cool. We've made our cinematic universe. I will go ahead and pick image 2, I guess. But I'll bring all these up. You'll see all of them flash through. And then, yeah, thanks for hanging out. We'll make another cool video next time. I kind of want to go through, I guess, how I made my short film. And then also how I made Retro Space Force, which is like this other universe that I got that I want to keep developing. But anyway, thanks for hanging out. See you again next time.